Then you found out it was the oldest joke in the world.
No, we're on. Okay, here we
Oh,
are.
here we are. Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Lunch Break with ATI. I'm Cindy Collins, one of the co-founders of Actors Theater of Indiana. We are the professional resident theater company at the Center for the Performing Arts in Carmel. And today, we are actually here on location at the center in our lobby of the Studio Theater. This is our home. And so today, we have with us...
I'm Karen Sheridan, and I'm going to be directing Nunsense. Actually, I am directing Nunsense.
Not
going to be because we open in 2 days. So I was a little more involved.
It's actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, yes, Karen is the director of Nunsense, which is going to be opening behind these doors this Friday, September 9th, and running to September 25th. As we speak, the cast, our ladies, our nuns, are in there for tech rehearsal. So, so they are diligently working away for opening night. And tech rehearsal is when we go into tech. It's all the, it's the lighting, it's the sound, it's with the band, it's getting situated on the set. So it's a real kind of a brutal week for actors. You always feel exhausted. Yeah. And then you have to open the show. Yeah. So that opening week of the show is always a beast. Yeah. But somehow you get through it, right? Yeah. And you have that adrenaline going. Yeah. And but this is a wonderful. I love this show so much. I have a history with this show, but and so have you, Karen. You have a big history with this show, but first that's all good. Yay, Nunsense. But let me ask you, Karen Sheridan.
That's me.
Yeah, I hope so. So, where are you from? Let's just where were you born and raised? You're not from Indiana.
No, I'm not from Indiana. I was born and raised in Chicago, and I grew up in Catholic schools, which makes this
all through
my career. Yes, yeah. I went to St. Walter's School in Chicago, Illinois, and then I went to the Academy of Our Lady. I have gear. Academy of Our Lady for high school, and so I studied with the Springfield Dominicans and the School Sisters of Notre Dame. And then I went to Loyola University for college, and they held me back, so it took 6 years for me to graduate from college. And then I went to grad school at DePaul, so I had 21 years of Catholic education.
And I wonder if that is a record. I mean, I'm sure there are other people who have that.
Oh, come on.
But that's
held back? I think that's,
well, they loved you, but they wanted to keep you there.
Science and math, that's what kept me there.
That's because you're using calculus every day.
Right, every day of my life I use calculus.
Because who doesn't? Sometimes, speaking about that, about Catholic school, sometimes people go through, they'll go up to 8th grade. Right. I grew up with a lot of kids, a lot of Catholic kids, and they went to St. Philomena. That was a Catholic church, the 2 Catholic church, but that was also the Catholic school. Right. They went up to 8th grade, and then they went on to high school, and they went on to whatever. Right. But what made you? Was it your family that's you're sticking with Catholic school, and then you even went to a Catholic college and everything? And what made that? Why? I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. All those years.
I think Catholic education was a part of my growing up with my parents. They had gone to DePaul, both my parents, and my grandparents had gone to Loyola. And so my grandmother, even though she was born in 1900, my grandmother had gotten a college degree, which was unusual for a woman during that period of time. It was sort of unusual for women of my mother's age, unless they were going to secretarial school.
Well, like nursing,
stuff
teacher,
like that. Yeah, nursing,
secretary. Those were like the big.
Yeah, but my mother was in the College of Commerce, and my parents met in law school.
Oh my gosh!
But they didn't become lawyers. They just met each other and quit, and got married, and.
And then what happened? What did your dad do?
My father was a travel agent. So he traveled all over the world, and mostly group sales in terms of his agency. So
Yeah.
he owned an agency, and they were putting together trips for
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So, whoa,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's all right. We have construction going on over here in the corner.
Yeah.
So that's nothing. But that's what happens. We're in the lobby, stuff's going on.
Yeah.
But, so, like a lot of stuff, I think he's building a partition to the building. So anyway, okay, so, you grew up in Chicago, now, but you're near Detroit now?
Right,
Michigan?
right. I've been in Detroit area for 30 years. I teach at Oakland University. So I
Right.
teach theater.
So you're
Yeah.
teaching musical theater at Oakland University.
I'm actually teaching acting.
This is, I hate to interrupt.
Yeah.
But this is like hilarious right now, because it's like he's completely taking a door off its hinges or something. Scott, what is this guy doing?
Looks like he's up in the ceiling.
Is he up there? Did he get up in the ceiling?
On his way.
Oh, good. I hope he makes it. So anyway, okay, so I know you're a professor?
Yeah,
Professor,
yeah.
okay. Teaching musical theater,
Teaching theater.
just theater.
So, yeah, theater. I work with all the acting students and the musical theater students teaching
Okay.
acting.
Okay.
So I'm their acting teacher.
Okay.
And so we do acting styles and dialects and
Okay.
scene study and that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
So I'm working with the actors who are not singers and the singing actors.
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Because you gotta tell these kids, no, you gotta try to do everything.
You're always telling a story.
And you're always, no matter what, right?
Yes,
Your song
yes.
is a monologue, your scene, your duet is a scene, I mean,
Right.
it all goes together.
Yeah.
And I think the more, obviously, the more you can do, the more you work, and that's
Yeah.
important to tell, that younger generations.
Right.
I had to do that on my own, nobody was telling me.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Nobody was telling me to do that, I just did it.
Yeah.
Um,
We're a little more prescriptive these days
Right,
than when you and I
exactly,
were in college.
exactly. And they, it was like, oh my gosh, it's like you're almost on your, I felt like I was on my own
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
But, so how, let me just switch gears. How we got you here
Right.
is our production stage manager, Kevin Casey, has been friends with you for like 30-some years, right?
23, I think he said.
All right.
23 was the last.
I'm
time
stretching it.
No. I think it was about 30 years.
Yeah.
And 23 years ago was the last time we saw each other in person.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you first worked together doing what show?
The very first show, I did a season of Peninsula Players
Right.
up in Wisconsin.
Okay.
The first show was Dancing at Lunasa.
Oh.
The second show, I think, was Tons of Money. And the third show was Nunsense 2.
Okay.
And so that was my equity card. I got my equity card with Nunsense
Oh
2.
my gosh.
Sister Amnesia.
Oh my gosh, right, so she
Yeah.
played Sister Amnesia
Yeah,
in Nunsense too, because Dan Goggin was the creator of Nunsense. Nunsense is the original one he wrote, and it's a gem. Then he wrote about 6 or 7
Yeah.
more.
Oh, yeah.
Nunsense 2, The Second Coming. Nunsense 3, I think, is Sister Amnesia, who's the Country
We have
Jamboree?
I
I did that
Jamboree.
one too. Yep, Sister
and then,
Amnesia's Country Jamboree.
Yes.
Nutcrackers for Christmas time.
Meshuggah
Meshuggah nuns.
Yeah.
There's one on a cruise ship, I think.
Yeah, I think Meshuggah Nuns is on a cruise ship.
Oh my gosh! I mean, he just went. But
Yeah, the
in my,
nuns and Tevye are on a cruise.
but in my opinion, the original Nunsense is the
great.
gem.
It's great.
It's so heartfelt. It's very funny, but
Yeah.
it's got a lot of heart to it.
Yeah, it does.
He went to obviously he went to Catholic school,
school, yeah.
so he pulled from the nuns he really knew
Yeah.
and taught him, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I think he really wrote a great piece, and it
Yeah.
stood the test of time. I believe it came out in, I want to say 86, 87.
Don't look at me.
I know, I'm getting, but it was because I did it.
Yeah.
I did it in college
Oh, okay.
in 1988.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it had obviously been out since like probably 85, 86
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I was in college and we got the rights
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
So that was the first time I did the show, but and I love it. You know, I
Yeah.
just love it. It always has a
It
place in my
really is.
heart.
The women are all together. They're very different personalities, but they care about each other so much. They take care of each other so much.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got all these different personalities, which really makes a piece of theater.
That's right.
And then they have a goal, which has some urgency to it. And so it
Yes.
pushes the story
Yes.
along, and it's really, really fun.
Yes.
And Dan was really good. I'm calling him Dan. I met him once. He's not a close friend of mine, but I
Yeah.
admire his work. And the musical director, Jay Schwand has been saying all through the process how brilliant the music is. It's really good music, and it's really well written.
I think so too.
And there's tons of variety in it, so it's just got something for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It does, and like you said, you don't have to be Catholic.
Oh no, you don't.
You don't.
Anybody that ever sat in a desk knows how a
In
teacher
school.
talks to them.
Exactly.
And these nuns are very benevolent.
Yeah.
They are. They might show you a ruler, but they're just teasing.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's also musical theater.
And it's musical
So,
theater.
come
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
We're, you know, there's a lot of artistic license.
Yes.
But yeah, I sat in on a rehearsal last week, and everything started coming back to me. Like Caitlin, who's playing Robert Ann, she's like, "Hey, did some stuff start coming back to you?" And I was like, "It actually did." I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, yes, that part, yes." And it really does give you such a happy feeling.
It does.
You know?
It does. And I was interviewed yesterday.
Yes, that's right. WRTV.
WRTV, and the person who was interviewing me said that it was his favorite piece of theater that he had seen.
Yeah, you
that
said
it was so much fun, and he can't wait to see it again.
Yeah.
And the last time he saw it was 30 years ago, so he still remembers that. You know.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, we have a board member, Jerry Norman, who's the same way. He's
Yeah.
like, I've seen the show so many times, it's one of my favorite shows,
Yeah.
and it's been such a long time since I've seen it, but he remembered so much about it.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, I can't wait to see it again, so I hope everybody feels that way. If they've
Yeah.
never seen it or they have seen it,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a sweet show. You want to see it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
and this is a terrific group of women
I think so
that
too.
the theater has assembled, and they've brought them in from Texas and Vermont and New York and New Jersey, and we have someone from Carmel, Indiana. Suzanne.
Oh, yes. I'm like, who? Yes, of course, Suzanne Stark, who many people know from the stage at Beef and Boards. And she's just over the years done a slew of things there, of course. And we've had her on our stage a few times, and we always love having her. Suzanne's she's wonderful. And Stephanie Wall and Caitlin Loria and Rachel Weinfeld and Ileana Curvin.
Yeah.
These are all really, really wonderful performers.
And great people in the room, like super.
Really, right.
Well, that's what a director's always looking for, is to
Yeah.
have a really great room. And that means that everybody is supporting each other's work, everybody's excited about new ideas.
Yeah.
And this has been a terrific gang from the first moment.
Awesome.
Including the choreographer, Ann Beck.
Ann Beck is
and the musical director.
Yes, Ann Beck is choreographing. She's wonderful. Jay Schwand is our musical director. We got Greg Wolf in the band. The Gregs. I call them the Gregs.
Yes. Father Jay and the Gregs.
Father Jay and the Gregs. They're awesome. Yeah, Greg Wolf and Greg Jagoin have been with us a long time.
Yeah.
And I think I coined them the Gregs at one point or something.
Yeah.
I think, and it just stuck.
I think
you know.
Robert Ann calls them the Gregs.
Well, she should.
Yeah,
no,
she
she
does,
should.
she does,
I mean,
yeah.
that's because that stuck with us a while ago,
Yeah.
and and they're great guys. But thank goodness, because you're still fighting a little bit of the pandemic, the COVID stuff, and
That's
so
true.
we're all being very careful,
Yep.
and continuing to be careful.
Yep. Yeah.
But the great thing is here at the center, no vaccinations, no vaccination, card required anymore, no masks
Right.
required anymore. Let's hoping we're getting out of this, this stuff.
And people will come to the show and they can do whatever makes them feel comfortable
Yes, of
in
course.
the audience.
Of
So if
course.
you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, that's totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. There's no.
But you'll see the nuns' faces
That's true. You will,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
with their wimples
with their wimples
and
and
their
their
gowns,
gimps.
and they are all habited up. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So this has been a cacophony here today
Yeah.
of all types of sounds and things going on. But like I said, we're in the lobby, and that's what happens here. It's a working lobby, and
Right.
So
Do you have a poster of this show?
what?
Do you have
What are
a
you
poster of
talking
the show?
about?
Oh, look,
I
it's a
don't have a
poster of the
poster.
show.
Here it is.
I'm
Here it is.
loving it.
I know, isn't it great? You'll see these around town.
Yeah.
Go to our website, atistage.org. You can go to the box office here at the center, or you can call them, 317-843-3800. 4 tickets. We run through September 25th. Karen Sheridan was our guest director, extraordinaire
Thank
of
you
Nunsense.
very
We're
much.
so happy to have
I
you
will
here.
say it's a 7:30 curtain unless it's here on
Yes.
Sunday, and then it's 2
2 p.m. matinees on Sundays.
To tell you
Yes.
something else, but I can't remember what it
Well,
was.
who can?
Who can
I
remember
mean,
anything?
I don't even know what I mean. Like,
Yes.
what I you know.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Very excited. We invited a few people to come in for our dress rehearsal tomorrow, which is great.
Yes, have some
and we thought
bodies.
we'd have just a few people. We have 106 people.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be great for you guys.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
That's how many people are excited about seeing this show.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, just know that behind these doors, Friday evening at 7:30, you can be here, pass through them, or you have till September 25th to see the 5 sisters, the Little Sisters of Hoboken.
Yeah.
Our wonderful actors present Nunsense, ATI's Nunsense. Thanks so much for being with us. This has
Thank
been a
you.
crazy podcast today.
I know.
But thank you very much, and hope to see you at the run of Nunsense. And thank you, Karen Sheridan.
You're welcome.
Toodaloo.